Hi, so this is Nick and Katerina, and this is going to be the basic iPad intro walkthrough video. So this is going to be the iPad that you guys are going to be using at Ernesttown. Up here you can see that we have a camera. These two little dots that you can see here and here are the microphones. These are located on the top of the iPads. You can tell which side is top and bottom by this button here that you can see. This one here acts to turn it on to wake up the iPad, similar to this one here. So you can turn them, you can wake up the iPad by clicking either this one or this one. On the side, you can see you have this button here that you can click up or click down. This is to put your iPad on silent or to turn on the volume. To raise and lower the volume are these two buttons here. Back here you have the camera. And this little slot here is to put in headphones, which could also be used as a speaker outlet or any other adapter that Apple makes that you can throw onto it. So to turn on the iPad, like I said, it's either this top button or this bottom button. So let's click that, and then at the bottom it says slide to unlock. You can see it flashing right here. So let's just slide over to the right, and now this is your main screen. Now you can cycle back and forth between the screens by swiping your fingers left or right. But I want to start by having you locate the settings button. It's right here. It looks like a gear. You click on that. And these are all the settings for your iPad. So what we want to do is go look for this general setting and look for multitasking gestures, because this is something that I'm going to show you how to make your lives a bit easier on the iPads if you don't already know how to use it. So I want you to make sure that you can see green, because this means it's turned on. Next, I want you to click on to the accessibility. That's right here. Tap on that. And try and find the speech section. It's right here. So we're going to click on that. And as you can see, everything is green here. So I want you to make sure everything is turned on, because this will come into factor whenever you're doing dictation into the iPad or having it read things back to you. Similarly, you can see this tortoise and hare here. This is going to be how fast the voice is going to read to you. So if whenever you have something speaking to you from the iPad, if you'd like it to slow down or speed up, you can cycle that here. So let's go back out of accessibility. And I also want you to pay attention to display and brightness. So if we click on that, going here we can see if we want to make the iPad brighter, you can turn it up, you can turn it down so it's darker. I tend to like to keep it right mostly in the middle because it conserves battery life. The brighter you have it on, the more battery it's going to take. Other little things that you can do is text size, so if it makes it easier to see, you can see the text getting bigger or smaller. So once again, I tend to keep that right in the center. Now, when you're in an app, to get out of it, you see this bottom button here, you'd click on that once, and it'll bring you back to this main page. Now, if you were to click on it twice, you can see any app that you already have opened. So double tap, and you can see how I have these two things that are opened already. This is the settings, and this is a Microsoft Word document that I have. Now, if you want to close an application, let's just go back to the main. So we're here, and if we want to close the apps, we double click and then swipe up, and then they disappear. And that means they're closed. Having too many apps open at the same time also drains battery, so that's just another way to conserve battery life. So I want to just show you, once again, this bottom button. If you're to hold it, that activates your Siri. And for the purpose of this, I want to just open up, let's say we have Microsoft Word opened up first. So we'd click on the Word application, and we have a blank document here. Now let's leave this. Now let's try out Siri. Now let's look up ancient Egypt.
Here is what I found.
Now, it's going to tend to go to Wikipedia first, and for the purpose of this, let's just go on Wikipedia and see what it says. Alright, so here's stuff on ancient Egypt. Now, there are a few other little shortcuts I want to show you. So say you want to copy something. What you would do is, you see this word Egypt here? If I want to copy it, you put your thumb or finger on it until you see a magnifying glass pop up. And whenever you see that, you can let it go. Now you can see how there's additional options that just showed up. So you can copy, you can define, you can have it speak it out to you. To have it speak more or less, you can see how there's a circle up at the top of the word and also at the bottom. So what you can do is you can drag this and highlight multiple things to be able to copy and paste it into another document. So let's just try that. You see the copy? I'm going to click on that. Now what you can do is you click the home button and you go into your Microsoft Word, which is right here, and you open it up. And then just like you would be doing before, you would hold down and then you'd see paste here now. So let's click on paste. And it's all here. Now this is what a lot of people tend to do, and it actually takes a lot of time. So I want to show you guys just a really quick shortcut to do this a bit faster. So let's go back into Safari and let's do this again. So I want to I'll highlight this sentence here and say this is a quote I want to throw into my essay. So we'd copy. And now there are things on the iPads that you can do to act as shortcuts. So they're gestures. So what you do is you use your fingers as a shortcut to get to something else. So if I go 4 fingers and slightly go up, I can see the things that I have open. It's very similar to clicking this home button twice. The same thing will happen. But what you'll notice is that the very first thing that you have here is the last thing that you had opened, followed by the thing that you had opened after it. So say I had my Internet Explorer opened up and I'm looking at a document online, and the application I had opened up second is Microsoft Word. You can cycle between these two pretty quickly by doing a 4-finger swipe to the left. So I'm just going to touch the screen with 4 fingers and swipe to the left, and then Microsoft Word is already there. I can hold the button, oops, wrong thing, hold the button, paste, and it's there. Instead of having to click back, cycle through, find Microsoft Word, open it, and then paste it. And you can go right back to Wikipedia the same way, but instead of swiping to the left, you'd swipe to the right. So it's to go through anything that's open like this. Also, what you can do, it can be hard to read things sometimes on the iPad, so if you want to make things larger, what you do is you'd pinch and spread your fingers apart in the area that you want to enlarge, and you can see the text getting larger. It makes things easier to read, and to make it smaller, you would pinch. To go right back to the home page, you can click this bottom button, or you can also, if you're in an app, you can take 5 fingers and close them together like this, and what would happen, internet, there we go. It brings you back to that home page. One of the other things I want to show you is how to delete and manage your apps. So you have like a lot of apps here. So, but say you want it to be more efficient looking or something like that. What you can do is make folders. And a folder is created whenever you hold on to an app. Let's just hold on to Microsoft Word. Now you can see all the apps are kind of jiggling around and they have an X button on them. This means if you tap on the X button, we're not going to do it, but if you tap on the X, you can delete an app. We're just going to cancel that for now. But say you want to create a folder with something, so you can see how I have a Numbers app here and also a Microsoft Word app here. So let's just say we wanted to throw those into the same folder because we're going to be using them similarly. There we go. Oh, it didn't work. Let's try this one more time. There we go. So now up top here you can name it anything you want. Productivity is good with me, so I'll just leave it for that for now. So then whenever, to get this to stop jiggling now, you can click this center button and the X's are gone, so that's good. So now whenever you want to go and find your Microsoft Word, you'd have to find that productivity, click on that, and it's in there. Also, if you have a lot of apps on here and it's hard to see or find something, what you can also do is put your finger at the center of the iPad and then swipe down slowly, and the search engine comes up. So what you can do is, let's look for Word. So you can see it comes up right off the bat. You click on that and it'll open the app. Something else I just want to show you real quick, which isn't always it's not too intuitive, but it's a neat little trick. So you see your search bar, it's right here. say you're looking for a word and you want to just search the document for that one word, what you can do is, let's look up political. So you type in political up at the top in the search engine, and then you can see right here it says on this page, find political. You'd click on this. And then anything that has that word in it will be highlighted in yellow. And down at the bottom it says, you can see here, 1 of 10 matches. So if you want to find the next one, you can click on that arrow and it'll bring you to all the times that political is used, where they're used. And after you do it once, you can see over in this corner, if you want to search for a different word, you could X with that and then write in the new word that you'd want it to find, and it would do it there. So there's a few things I forgot to mention that I think would be important for you guys to know. So we'll just jump in. One of the things is a bottom up swipe. So if you put your hands on the white, just one finger, and then slowly lift it up, you'll see this menu appear. What happens here is, like, you can raise or lower the volume, similar to what I showed you on the sides here. You can also, the play buttons here are for things like your music library or YouTube, anything that you'd previously played and paused, you can continue playing from here. You also have airplane mode, which is the symbol of the airplane right here. You guys won't really need that in the school setting. The symbol here that's lit up is your Wi-Fi. That needs to be turned on to be able to be connected to the internet. This is your Bluetooth setting. So if you're going to be printing or syncing up a wireless keyboard or anything like that to an iPad, that's going to need to be turned on. Once again, this is sleep mode. You don't really need that for the purposes of the schooling system. Then you have this button here, which is a lock button, so your screen won't switch directions whenever you tilt it. And if we go back into it one more time, down in the bottom corner here we have a camera. So if you click on that, it'll open up your camera and you can take pictures by clicking this button here, or videos by scrolling up and down here. And once you are in there, you can just click on this bottom corner here and you can view the past videos and pictures that you've taken. To do a screenshot, it doesn't matter where you are. Say you're on a website and you really like the information or a picture that's on it. What you could do is, by clicking this top button, which also puts your iPad to sleep, you can click this top button at the same time as you click this home button, and your screen will turn white like that. That means you've taken a screenshot. Now, to go view this, you can go back to the main page by clicking this button, going up to your photos, and then right here we can see that's a picture that I took of whatever is on the screen. It doesn't matter where you are. It could be on your home page here. You could do it again. Then you'll have a picture of this. So that way you can put it into any assignments that you have to do. So now I just want to show you guys the keyboard features on the iPads. So if you just open any document that allows you to open up a keyboard, you can see down here 1, 2, 3. If you click on that, you have your numbers that pop up, any punctuation marks that you may need. There are additional ones. If you look just above the ABC, you have the plus sign and the equals. You click on that and you have additional marks that you can make on your page. To go back to letters, click on that ABC button. Now, to do a capital letter, you see this black arrow here. That, when it's black, that means you're in capitalized. It's like the shift button on a regular keyboard, so it's going to be capitalized. Now, if you want to put caps lock on, you would double click on that arrow, and now you see how there's a line underneath of the black arrow. That means everything you write is going to be capitalized. Take it off, you click it once, and now your writing will be back in small letters, undercase. This little happy face down here is the emojis. Just in case you guys ever get stuck in this keyboard, it'd be good to know how to get out of it. So you can see how there's different emojis to write down, and there's a whole bunch of different ones as you cycle down through the bottom. So to get out of this keyboard, you see this globe looking button down here in the corner. You'd click on that and you're back to your regular keyboard. To make your keyboard disappear, you have this thing, this button in the bottom right corner that looks like a keyboard with an arrow marked down. You click on that so you can just read your document without having half your screen filled up by a keyboard. To get the keyboard back up, you just click on the screen and it pops back up. And I just want to show you here, attached to this keyboard is a predictive writing software that Apple has on their iPads. So if you're writing a sentence, you can start it off like you see it has I, the, M. So you'd click on that, and a lot of the times it can predict what you are going to say. Now let's just say we write our own sentence, like I want to go to the store. Want to go to the store, but I'm going to misspell store and see what happens. Now, you can see how there's this red little line that pops up underneath the misspelled word. To spell it correctly, you could just put your thumb on it and tap the incorrectly spelled word once, and it gives you options of what you can spell. You can see it above the word and also down here on the word predictive software. So I want to say store, so I'd click on that, and it's automatically corrected. And there's also one other feature I want to show you guys. It's the define feature. So it works in anything that you're writing into. So like I showed you before, to select a word, you'd hold on to it with your finger. Then you'd click select. And now a whole new list pops up like I showed you before. You can cut, copy, paste, but you see it has define here. So let's click on that. And it's pretty much acts as a dictionary for you. I'm showing you this in notes, but if we were to go on to the internet, just click on this random website. Now let's just look up what it says for Bluetooth. So select the word, define, and the definition pops up. The one thing that's lacking about the define mode is that it doesn't give you a thesaurus, but there is an app available on the iPads called Merriam-Webster Dictionary that does do this for you, but this just acts as a quick way to be able to look up the definition for a word. So that's basically everything I wanted to show you. So stay tuned for our next video. Thank you.